Welcome to my class student. It's class 8 English Honeydew. We are doing chapter 6. This is Jodie's Fawn and this is session 6. In this we will do the question answer and working with language. In this particular story you have seen the relationship between Jodie and its fawn. How the fawn becomes Jodie and how Jodie has taken superb care of little fawn. And why Jodie has taken care of fawn? Because Jodie has killed fawn's mother to save his father's life. So he feels himself responsible for the fawn and he just want to raise fawn in his home at his own friend or at his own pet. So we have seen the wonderful story of this is Jodie's fawn, and now let's see how to write the questions of the answers of the questions that are in the text. Now working with text again, why did Penny Baxter allow Jodie to go find the fawn and raise it? पेनी बैक्स्टर जो पापा हैं जॉडी के, उन्होंने क्यों अलाउ किया कि आप जाओ फॉन को ढूंढ के लाओ, उसको रेज करो. Penny allowed Jodie to go find the fawn and raise it because it seemed ungrateful to him to leave the fawn to starve. क्योंकि वो नहीं चाहते थे कि वो जो फॉन है वो जंगल में अकेला रहे और भूखा रहे. He agreed with Jodie that they had killed the doe for their purpose and the fawn was orphaned for no fault of its own. तो उन्होंने ये एडमिट किया कि हमने अपने पर्पस के लिए उसकी माँ को मारा है और इसमें उस फॉन की कोई भी गलती नहीं है. They could not let the fawn starve. तो उस फॉन को हम ऐसे जंगल में भटकता नहीं छोड़ सकते. They felt a responsibility towards it. तो वो उनके प्रति एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है जो कि वो चाहते थे रहे. तो रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वो चाहते थे, एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वो फील कर रहे थे फॉन के लिए और उसी रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के लिए उन्होंने जॉडी को अलाउ किया कि आप जाओ और फॉन को ढूंढ कर लाओ. Now, what did Doc Wilson mean when he said nothing in the world ever comes quite free? It's a very important line. इस दुनिया में कुछ भी आपको फ्री में नहीं मिलता है. Nothing in the world ever comes quite free. आपको उसकी कीमत चुकानी पड़ती है, किसी न किसी रूप में आपको उसकी कीमत चुकानी पड़ती है. तो पेनी had killed the doe to save his life, right? पेनी ने डो को किल किया अपना जीवन बचाने के लिए. Therefore, in regard for what the doe had done, its fawn needed to be taken care of and saved from starvation. तो जो डो ने अपने जीवन का बलिदान किया उसके बदले ये जरूरी था कि उसके जो फॉन है उसकी केयर की जाए और उसको भूख प्यास से बचाया जाए, उसके जीवन को बचाया जाए. It would be ungrateful to leave it alone. फॉन को अकेला जंगल में छोड़ना बहुत ही अनग्रेटफुल एक्ट था. ग्रेटफुल एक्ट जब हम किसी को के लिए ग्रेटफुल होते हैं, शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं. अनग्रेटफुल बहुत ही मीन एक्ट होता. This was what Doc Wilson meant when he said that nothing in the world came for free. तो उनका डॉक विल्सन के कहने का मतलब यही था कि आपने डो की जान ली अपने जीवन को बचाने के लिए, अब डो के बच्चे का जीवन खतरे में है तो यू विल हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट फॉल. Now, how did Jodie look after the fawn after he accepted the responsibility for doing this? तो जॉडी ने कैसे फॉन की देखभाल की? After Jodie accepted the responsibility for looking after the fawn, he cared for it like its own mother. आपने देखा कैसे वो उसकी केयर कर रहा था, जैसे कि डो केयर करती अपने बच्चे का, वैसे ही जॉडी केयर कर रहा था उस फॉन का. When he first found it, he reached out one hand and laid it on its soft neck. जब वो पहले मिला तो उसने क्या किया, उसके सॉफ्ट नेक को उसने वो सहलाया, उसको फील किया. He then put both his arms around its body. फिर अपने दोनों बाहों से उसने उसके बॉडी को उठाया. While taking to home, he shielded its face from the sharp vines. He carried it in his arms most of the way, even though he was tired. और जब वो जंगल से आ रहा था तो उसने पूरा ख्याल रखा कि उसके जो लंबे पांव है वो बुशेस से ना उलझे, उसकी जो फेस है वो कांटों से ना घायल हो, और वो टायर्ड हो रहा था, फिर भी उसने उसको उठा के रखा. और he didn't allow the fawn to walk more distance. He always wanted the fawn to have short distance. On reaching home, he gave it the milk that was meant for him. तो उसने उसके लिए जो दूध रखा हुआ था, जॉडी के लिए जो दूध रखा हुआ था, वो जॉडी ने वो दूध fawn को दिया. When he saw that the fawn did not drink the milk kept in the gourd, he fed it with his own hands. और जब उसने देखा कि fawn को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि गॉर्ड में रखे हुए मिल्क के साथ क्या किया जाए, तो जॉडी ने अपने फिंगर्स से उसको मिल्क पिलाया. Hence, one can say that Jody carried out his responsibility quite well. तो हम कह सकते हैं कि जॉडी ने अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को बहुत अच्छे से निभाया. जैसा कि फॉन की माँ उसके साथ करती थी, वैसे ही जॉडी ने फॉन के साथ बिहेव किया. How does Jody's mother react when she hears that he is going to bring the fawn home? Why does she react in this way? When Jody's mother heard that Jody was going to bring the fawn home, she was a little surprised and asked Jody what fawn he was talking about. जब जॉडी की मम्मा को उसने बोला कि पापा हैज गिवन मी द परमिशन टू ब्रिंग द फॉन टू होम, तो उनको ये आश्चर्य हुआ कि कौन से फॉन की बात कर रहे हो, क्योंकि जंगल में सिर्फ जॉडी और उसके पापा थे. तो जब जॉडी ने बताया कि ये उस डो का बेबी है जिसको हमने किल किया पापा की जान बचाने के लिए, देन शी रियलाइज्ड ओके दे वर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर फॉन. He then told her that it was the fawn whose mother they had killed to save Penny. She gasped and was not happy with the idea. तो वो उनको ये समझ में नहीं आया कि फॉन को लाने की क्या जरूरत है. She was not happy with the idea that fawn would be brought home. She helplessly informed him that they had nothing else to feed it. तो उसने क्या कहा कि we don't have anything to feed the fawn except the milk that is meant for you. क्योंकि वो जो है लीव्स लेते हैं, अकाउंट्स लेते हैं, एंड सो ही वुड हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस द मिल्क दे गेव हिम फॉर द फॉन. तो जॉडी को अपने हिस्से का दूध फॉन को पिलाना पड़ेगा. She reacted this way because she was not present at the site where Penny had been bitten. उसने ऐसा क्यों स्ट्रेंज रिएक्शन दिया, क्योंकि वो उस समय नहीं थी जब पेनी को रैटल स्नेक ने काटा था और कैसे डो की जान उन लोगों ने ली थी. They had killed the doe. She had not seen the fawn, और उसने फॉन को भी नहीं देखा था, and therefore was not as concerned as Penny and Jody. तो इसलिए उनका जो कंसर्न था वो उस फॉन के लिए कम था. She was not as concerned as Penny and Jody. Now, besides, they did not have too many things to feed the fawn, और इसके साथ उनके पास कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं था कि वो फॉन को खिला सके, क्योंकि फॉन जो है वो वाइल्ड एनिमल है और वो उसका जो खान पान है वो बिल्कुल ही अलग है. On their home, and she may have been worried about how she would feed the fawn. और उसको ये भी इसलिए चिंता हो गई कि उस फॉन को घर लाके उसको हम बड़ा कैसे करेंगे, उनको हम क्या खिलाएंगे. तो इस तरह से that Jody's mom reacted in this way. Now, working with language, it's very important. Here are some questions in direct speech. Put them into reported speech. Penny said, "Do you really want it, son?" See, यहाँ जो reported speech है, this is the narration. This is a very important part of English grammar. In this, you learn how to convert dialogue into an indirect way. You can write, see, Penny said, "Do you really want it, son?" This is in a direct speech. And now how will I have to convert it into an indirect? It is said, Penny asked. Why? Because there is a question mark. So he is asking. Penny asked, whom? Son. See, do you really want it, son? So he asked whom? Penny asked his son. And see, do you really want it, son? इसका जो आंसर है वो yes या no में होता है. तो इसीलिए if जब हम ऐसे क्लोज एंडेड हम जब क्वेश्चंस करते हैं, डू यू रियली वांटेड सन, जिसका आंसर हाँ या ना में होता है, तो व्हेन वी कन्वर्ट इट इनटू इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच वी राइट इफ he who you is for son and son is male, तो he, if he really wanted it, why wanted it, क्योंकि यहाँ पर past tense है, जो रिपोर्टेड वर्ब है वो पास्ट है, तो हम अंदर चूंकि ये प्रेजेंट है, डू यू रियली वांटेड सन, हम इसको पास्ट में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. सो हियर वी हैव कन्वर्टेड इन दिस वे. Penny asked his son if he really wanted it. So you have seen how we have converted a direct speech into an indirect way. We have first just see what is the tense here. This is the past tense, reported verb is past tense, this is said, and the entire dialogue, this question is a close-ended question. Do you really want it, son? Its answer will be in affirmative or negative, yes or no. So we have written here if, and then as this is asking, Penny is asking, so here we have used the verb asked. To whom? His son. So here we have written his son. So Penny asked his son if he really wanted it. Now Melville said, will he ride back with me? Now here again you are seeing, here again the answer is in yes or no. So who is the speaker? Melville is the speaker. The tense is again past. So this is Melville said, will he ride back with me? Melville is asking again, will he ride back with me? And this is again close-ended question. Though here it is written will, but it will be converted into past, that is would. So how will you change it? This will be changed in this. Melville asked if he would ride back with him. See, me is for Melville and he is a male. So here we are writing if he would ride back with him. So here we have changed the pronoun also. Me has become him. Now he said to Melville, do you think the fawn is still there? Now here again this is a close-ended. Here you are seeing कि answer will be in yes or no. So he said to Melville. So do you think? So he asked Melville. Just to remove the inverted commas and comma, we have used if. Same here. If he, you is for Melville. So if he would be, if he thought, because this is think, and here the our form is past tense. So think would be thought. If he thought the fawn here will be converted into was still there. It's very simple to convert direct to indirect. He asked Melville if he thought the fawn was still there. Now he asked Melville, will you help me find him? Now here you are saying he and here me. Me is for he. So and you is for Melville. And this is past form. So how will you write? He asked Melville, just to remove this, we have used if he would. This you is for Melville. Melville is a male. So if he would help him, because me is for he, so it would be him, find him. So in this way, the same procedure you will have to follow when you are converting direct into indirect. Now he said, was it up here that Pa got bitten by the snake? Then again the same, he asked if it was up there, here will be there, that Pa had got bitten by the snake. When there is a past tense inside again, see here you are seeing the entire sentence is in present tense or in the future tense. But यहाँ आप देख रहे हैं past में भी है, बाहर भी past, अंदर भी past, तो ये past perfect में convert हो जाता है. He asked if it was up there that Pa had got bitten by the snake. जब आपके रिपोर्टेड वर्ब पास्ट में रहता है, रिपोर्टेड स्पीच भी, जब आपकी डायरेक्ट स्पीच भी पास्ट में रहती है, तो इनडायरेक्ट वे में हम इसको पास्ट परफेक्ट में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. तो इन दीज आर द रूल्स. यू विल हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल इन अप्लाइंग द रूल्स. Now, say whether the verb in each sentence below is transitive or intransitive. Ask yourself, what about the verb? For some word, the object is a person, so ask the who instead of what. तो आपको पूछना पड़ेगा ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए, जहां पर भी जिस सेंटेंस में आपको सब्जेक्ट एंड ऑब्जेक्ट मिलेंगे वो ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब रहेगा, जहां ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं मिलेगा वहां वो इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब रहेगा. हमने वर्ब सेशन में ये किया हुआ है. तो जॉडी देन वेंट टू द किचन. यहां आप देख रहे हो जॉडी सब्जेक्ट है, लेकिन वेंट टू द किचन, इसका जो एक्शन है वो पास नहीं हुआ है ऑब्जेक्ट की तरफ. तो ये क्या हुआ, ये इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब है, क्योंकि ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब में जो सब्जेक्ट का जो एक्शन है, डूअर का जो एक्शन है, वो पास ओवर होता है ऑब्जेक्ट की तरफ, लेकिन यहाँ पर कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है. जॉडी देन वेंट टू द किचन, तो ये इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब है. The fawn wobbled after him. यहाँ पर क्या है, इसमें भी देखो कोई भी एक्शन है वो ऑब्जेक्ट की तरफ पास नहीं हुआ है, तो दिस इज अगेन इंट्रांजिटिव. You found him. तो you is a subject, found is a verb, him is a object. You found who? You found him. तो ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ है, तो ये ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब हो गया. He picked it up. He picked what? He picked it. तो ये भी एक ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब हो गया. He dipped his fingers in the milk. He dipped his fingers in the milk. He dipped what? His fingers. तो ये भी ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब हो गया. Now it bleated frantically and butted him. यहाँ पर it bleated frantically ये intransitive है, but it butted him ये transitive है. It bleated frantically ये intransitive, but it butted him ये transitive. The fawn sucked his fingers. The fawn sucked what? His fingers. तो ये transitive है. He lowered his fingers slowly into the milk. He lowered what? His fingers. तो ये भी transitive है. It stamped its small hoofs impatiently. It stamped what? Its small hoofs, so transitive. He held his finger below the level of the milk. He held what? His fingers, so again transitive. So wherever you are getting object, these are all transitive. The fawn followed him. The fawn followed who? Him. So this is again transitive. He walked all day. This is intransitive, क्योंकि यहाँ ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है. He stroked its sides. This is transitive. The fawn lifted its nose. This is again transitive. And its legs hung limply. This is intransitive. So what have we learned today? We have learned transitive, intransitive. We have learned direct and indirect speech also. And we have learned answers of the questions also. So the chapter comes to an end here. In the next class, I will come with a new chapter. Till then, have a good revision of this grammar session. Enjoy the chapter and we'll meet in the next session. Thank you.